intimidating, right?
I bet he won't do it again.
We haven't seen you.
There was a call on the bar.
magazine troisième.
But I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you all for coming tonight, this afternoon and tonight. For us, this is always a very special occasion to be participating in the Art of Living Black, and certainly this part of Art of Living Black is called Creation 2004. And everyone has been saying, well, gee, it's a great show. And my response has always been that when you have so much talent, it really is so easy to do. You know, you just kind of look at it and it works. So it's really our pleasure and delight and certainly satisfaction to be able to participate with the artists in the Bay Area, more specifically the Black artists in the Bay Area, and to be at least involved in the process of letting not only the people in San Francisco, but the people that visit from all over the world, all over the country, all over the world, to also get a feel for how much wonderful talent there is in the Bay Area. And I guess I would be remiss if I didn't say a little bit about the African American Historical and Cultural Society, which is comprised of the museum and the library. And we have one of the largest archival collections west of the Mississippi. And unfortunately, at this point in time, we are, like all nonprofit organizations, experiencing some financial challenges. So your support and participation is also very important for us from that perspective. Now, this is not my leading the son, it's the artists who made this show possible. And I guess the first person, there's always an issue as to who you should first introduce. And as you may know, may not know, this is the 8th annual show of the Art of Living Black, which is Bay Area wide. And it's a wonderful opportunity to not only showcase the artists in various venues, but conceptually it was also an opportunity for individuals out there to visit the artists in their studios and so forth, and certainly purchase some of the wonderful art. And the person, one of the two individuals that was responsible for that is certainly here tonight. And as artists, I'm sure you're all know her, but maybe those of you that are not artists are not aware that one of the founders of the Art of Living Black is the one and only Ray Louise Hayward. And we have her beautiful work right here as the background. Oh, say something.
Welcome all of you.
6th, and 7th. So you must come out and visit the artists, and like I said, the art's for sale, and support the artists and buy some more. Thank you.
He was actually here early, like 4 o'clock, and actually helped us out a lot to get everything together. Now, so I thought I would first of all go all the way to the end here, and the second artist to arrive was Mark, although he's at the end of the list, but was Mark Legrand Trotter and his beautiful mother that's right next to him there. So, Mark, would you like to come up and...
Good evening, my name is Mark Legrand Trotter. In regard to my work, the work isn't ideas. My work isn't dreams. My work isn't images. My work is truth itself. The reason being is the work doesn't come from me. I'm simply a vessel that channels energy, and that energy is manifested onto the canvas. A brief explanation that I could give about the two pieces that I have in the corner, the two paintings. The piece with the burlap on it is called Ngao Swahili. Yes, thank you. The piece is called Ngao Swahili, means shield. The reason being is that if you look on the piece, you'll see writing. That writing is called Bai. It's a writing system from West Africa. And the reason that I call this piece a shield is because writing can impart knowledge. As a result, it can protect you. Next to Ngao, you see falsafa. Falsafa means philosophy in Swahili. The reason this is called philosophy is because it ties into a philosophy that I have about art and priests sharing the same role because they both deal with spiritual things. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We were talking earlier about the cowrie shells that he has in his work, and it's wonderful how themes develop and then they are sort of expressed in all sorts of ways in art form. Okay, so I think we'll start at the top, and first we'll go with J.B. Burial.
Well, I was here last year. It was very nice. It was a nice crowd. And although it's a smaller crowd tonight, it's still a nice crowd. My work is over here, the wall facing us. And my style is kind of what I would call sort of obscure reality. And I like to have the surface reality, and then there's another sort of little message in there. And if you can find it, good for you. It's a lot of it's jokes, a lot of it's visual jokes and coherent jokes, and some of it's on the surface and some of it's on the underneath. So get a chance to look at it, enjoy it, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you so much. I'm thinking maybe since we're focusing in that corner, we'll kind of go, that might be a way of doing it. See, the next, actually, that came shortly after Mark and so forth was Theodore Wright. And he's right next to this wall here. So, Theodore, did you want to say?
Well, I use bleach for my art because I'm too cheap by paint and paper, and I figured that probably the total output for making one piece of art might be $5 total. And I know every artist in here probably spends much more than me. So hopefully I've done bleach good. So that's $3 and $6. I like it.
You know, another way of translating that is when you got So I'm sure she's going to do wonderfully well, and probably has it already.
Slowly making my way, but my name is Owan Dance, you can call me AJ, and I am influenced in my painting by primarily two things. One is my real enjoyment about American history, culture, and community, and so many of my paintings, most of my paintings are of African American people, and the three paintings in the center on that side are celebrations of black hair. In a previous life, those paintings were illuminated by neon and the afros lit up. But I decided to make a slight change for the shaman. If you look up close, each of the little people that I've glued on in the back are little images related to African American hair. I love the human figure, the human face, especially expressive. And so I played with that in a lot of my paintings. You can see King Cotton, and he's doing the same thing. And he's also very expressive, and a tribute to the Southern cast, the good and the bad of it. I'm also influenced in my paintings by what I've seen and experienced when I travel, and so I'm to Hamsa or Hamish, depending on if you're speaking Hebrew or Arabic, the hand of God, the hand of Miriam, the eye of God, or the hand of Fatima, the eye of God. So those are on the edges of my wall there. So, and then the painting that's on the poster is on the other side of this post there, another figurative painting of African Americans. Thanks.
Okay, well, getting back to the alphabet, our next artist, Deborah Carey. Oh, come on. They all
Hi,
say that.
everybody. Thank you for coming. My name is Deborah Carey. This is my art right here in the front four, well, those four over there. First of all, this is my first year participating in any art, anything, and I'm so excited, especially to be in the company of all these great artists, and I love art. My stuff is basically represented on how I feel at the time. If I feel like using acrylic, I'll use acrylic. If I want to use markers, it depends on what I see around me. A lot of my influences are from, I have kids, so I draw them. I fight with my kids over the markers. and that's what came out of me at this point in time. So if you come next year, it may be something totally different, but that was me this year, so thank you.
I think that's what you call creativity. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't got it. So. Okay, let's see. The artist in the back, unfortunately, is not with us, Chester Elmore. And that brings us to Karen Ikami, right here. Karen, where are you? Oh, right here. Okay.
I'm Karen and my pieces are the blackberries images here. I use polymer clay, which is like a plasticine clay that I can use daily in. And I also do porcelain work on the pieces. And this is my Black Mermaid, and she's called Mama Water, which is a yearbook for mermaids. And I just like fantasy, and I've always had mermaids and fairies in it, to be able to make it like myself and my children, for them to see that there are black fairies in it, and just to, help them with their imagination and things, because it's what I like to do.
There are, over here, this corner here, the cactus and the
away in July of 1998. We've named an award after her in honor of Jane, and we presented that award at a reception in Richmond on Saturday. So I wanted to have her pass here, and we always take a piece of her art at the Richmond Art Center, and she is looking down on us, and I know she's really proud of this show. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. And I guess we have one more, Antiva Thomas. Where are you? Oh, right here. There you go.
My name is Antiva Thomas. I have the poles that are in the corner over there. Collectively, I call them root poles. They are in honor of the females that are in my life, either passed away and living, that I honor. And I just wanted to show a symbolism of why I honor them. One of them is my grandma, who tried to get me to sew, but I glued it instead of sewing it. And another, the very tall one in the corner is my grandma, Isabella, which was my dad's mom, who also passed away. And as a little kid, she was so tall to me, so I really looked up to her. And my mom, she wears bangles just like I do, and so that is in honor of her. Still alive. And then in honor of myself as a kid, the medal one is called Little Sister, which is, the medal is a protection for myself, and it's a picture you can really see it of me. And sometimes I feel kind of wound up. That's an expression of me being wound up as a kid and as an adult. And it's doing something a little bit different than what I usually do. I usually create out of found objects. Some of that is found objects, but it's something that's just really important to me, that I honor the females that are in my life, including myself.
Okay, did we miss anybody?
Yeah.
Oh, Malene. This is my main man. I thought you were going to someone else. I can't read.
I'm just visiting, guys. How you guys doing? All right, thank you for coming out. And we appreciate your support. And please give a hand to Ms. Renee Hayward. And I remember my work in particularly are the pieces you see here in the corner of the two children, or all four of them. And then there's another piece behind Sister Juan here. And then as you come in through the curtain, you'll see another piece, which is a part of a 72-piece series of work that I'm working on. And so I'm going to start with that piece. Those pieces are called the Hue Man series, Hue-Man. It is a celebration of the different hues of African skin. And these particular pieces are almost juxtaposed like puzzles. It's a life-size puzzle, but you can't necessarily put them together into the face, although it makes you feel like you want to bring them together. Okay? The whole model in that is that I've worked with children for almost 13 years, and my thing is trying to unify our children in impoverished Black neighborhoods. So as you can tell, I have paintings of children everywhere I go. Everything is being recorded just so that when I come back to the studio, I have my own models in my head, and then I work from there. So most of the pieces you might see from me of people, there are no models for them. There are no actual people that actually exist from this form. However, they do exist very well in the painting. And there is pretty much a reality that you can call up and say, I think I know that child. I feel familiar with this moment. So So one thing is to try to bring a familiar moment to the viewer and to also help the viewer to pay attention to certain things that many people don't pay attention to about Black children. My main role right now is I'm doing so many realms of work that right now I can barely stand up. That's why I'm moving around. But I'm glad that you came out. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Have a good day. Good night.
And I wondered about these eyes, and my teacher said to me, your job is not to wonder about what you're feeling, your job is to just paint what you feel. So that's what I've been doing. I never thought I never even contemplated showing my work. I just painted it and stored it at home. And I remember about 2 years ago, my teacher told me, she said, I noticed that every time I get ready to have a show, you stop taking class. And she's also a psychotherapist, and so I thought, And so that next year when she decided to have a show, I deliberately said I wasn't going to take time off. And I had no idea what I would show. And I can't remember how this one came up, but I pulled it out. It wasn't, to be honest, this one was not one of my most favorite pieces. And when I pulled it out, she said, I want you to put that one up. And so I put that one up, and I got more comments and compliments about it. And so after that, I just kept on. After she told me that she noticed that every time she gave a show and I wasn't there, I thought, maybe this is where I need to do this. And I think the second thing that got me going was I'm a writer as well, and I came over to Fort Mason last year, and I was pitching my book, and I was going to do also a book on cards with paintings on them, and the agent said, have you ever considered putting a work out? And I was like, no, and he said, it's a good way to market yourself. So that got me going. So I show my paintings. I don't sell my originals because I want to give them to my daughters. But I do make lithos, and I can do them in different sizes. And it's the one thing I do in life that I don't edit. When I sit down to the canvas, I'm just painting what I feel, and I suspend all judgment. So I hope that my work inspires other people to find what they can do in life that will lessen their own self-judgment and free them up.
The only thing I can say is I'm still looking. Hopefully something. We're almost at the end here. I just wanted to keep it very short. I did want to introduce one artist, Keena Davis. Where are you? I saw her. Oh, Keena? Oh, she's right there. Well, she will be, we'll have a show in April. And the reception for it will be April 10th, if I remember correctly. And it'll be a show on works done by Keena Davis. So be sure and put that down on your schedule or your calendar. The other thing I might say, Channel 7 was here an entire day filming last week. Actually, yeah, last week. And the first show will be on the 21st, which is, what is that, a Saturday?
Saturday.
Yeah, at 7:30, I think.
What's the name of the show?
I don't, they told me I'd have to look it up, but it focuses on art and so forth in the Bay Area.
He also did a pretty good job of promoting this creation 2004 art of Lincoln Jackson.
And you don't know when it's coming up?
Yeah, it's 21st at 7:30.
7:30, and then it airs again on the 29th at 6 a.m.
So they spent an entire day here filming, and so it should be a good viewing. So anyway, so on that note, I do again want to thank everybody for coming. I encourage you to certainly visit our bookstore. And again, there is a price list up front for those of you that might be collecting artists that are going to be the next Picassos and so forth in the near future. And so it's a wonderful opportunity. So on that note again, thank you all so very much for coming. Do enjoy. We have plenty of wine and there's still food here. And come back soon. Thank you.